got to forgive yourself. First and foremost, it's an essential of self-love. If you love yourself, forgive yourself. Whatever happened, it happened, right? Now you can look back and say, you know, if I knew better, I would have done better. But that's why they say hindsight is 2020. You know what I'm saying? Because you can always look back and say what you would have done, what you could have done, what you should have done. But what you did, if you're carrying around the weight of it, a day later, a minute later, you know what I'm saying? A moment later, a year later, months later, a decade later, 20 years later, a lifetime later, you must forgive yourself. You got to have compassion for yourself, right? That's why self-love is so important. People think self-love is, being selfish when, not sharing some food with somebody or, like something petty like that. But self-love is, it comes down to being virtuous with yourself, applying the virtues of a righteous life, a healthy life, a good life to yourself, not only extending yourself for others all the time, overextending yourself to the detriment of yourself, to the point where you might not even feel like yourself anymore. You might be stressing out over it. It might actually make you sick. You know what I'm saying? So you got to forgive yourself for those relationships where you took on responsibilities that now you can look back and say, I had no business, that it wasn't my responsibility. You got to forgive yourself for a business deal that, went a way that wasn't ideal for you because of whatever happened. It happened. It was a lesson, and now you know better, and now you can actually do better. But first and foremost, you must forgive yourself. You have to have compassion for yourself. Not only must you have compassion for others, but you must have compassion for yourself, because you can't give others what you don't have. If you wanted to borrow $1 million from me and I didn't have it, I can't give it to you, right? I can only give you what I have to give. You know what I'm saying? So you can only give what you have, and you only get what you give, right? It goes the same way. So have compassion for yourself and also have compassion for others. But self-love is virtuous. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself.